We're live now.
Yes, we're live.
Only 10 minutes late. I think it's a personal best for you.
I got it figured out. Only had to have my hand held through almost all of it.
Thanks for joining us today, guys.
Yes.
We haven't been live on Facebook for a long time. Did you or did you not miss us?
That's a good question. But no one's on there yet, so we're asking nobody.
That's right.
But anyways, so we are chatting with Moon tonight. So, okay, I've been told many times over and over again we need to announce. So I'm Jared. Over there is Betsy. And in the middle of us, we have tonight Moon Spelling. And Moon is a local tarot card reader and psychic and all around awesome person. And she gives the best readings that you'll ever have.
Yeah.
So.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, no, seriously. I mean, you know, okay. It's not fair because I don't have anyone else to judge off of this.
I do.
But Betsy does.
I do.
I've never had readings by anyone else.
I have had several across the board.
Have you?
Yeah. Moon's the best.
Oh,
yeah.
Good.
Well, Moon is, yeah. And always fun to go and chat and hang out with you. Funny stories. And real quick before we go on with some stories and then some readings, let everyone know if they want to find you, where they can find you, either online or your office is at I think it's called Tooele Valley Wellness Center now.
Tooele Marketplace.
Tooele Marketplace now.
Yes.
Okay. And your office is in there just right next to where the little cafe is, just one door west. It's ominous. It's
ominous.
It is because it's dark in there and I
Really
mean,
peaceful.
It has a total like you're fitting to get a reading done.
Vibe.
Vibe. There you go. That's
vibe.
That way I don't have to be redundant in all the 4 words I know how to use.
Hi, Kimberly. Thanks for joining us.
Yes. But anyway, so okay, it's now the Tooele Marketplace. It's a cool place, cool environment, humana, and you can go in there and see Moon. She does readings, but if someone wants to schedule a reading with you or reach out to you, you know, how do they find you? I know you're on Facebook.
Right. Facebook. You can message me through Facebook Messenger, or you can text me at 801-388-7764.
All right.
An appointment up.
Yes. And so you go in and see her in her spooky
So what all do you offer?
I offer tarot readings. I also teach people how to read tarot.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I remember you saying that at one point, and I was like, I need to go take her class and learn how to read the mysterious pictures.
Yes. Mysterious symbols.
How many death cards are in a day?
One death card.
Why do I keep pulling up 3 and 4 of them?
You don't.
Death,
tower, death. It's like the burning guy falling from the tower.
Bum cancer. That's how my cards go when I do them for myself.
Which one's the bum cancer card?
I don't know. It always has a knife in it and stuff. Every time. It's just how it goes.
You should probably stop pulling your own cards.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
And I also offer tarot parties. I've done weddings.
Ooh,
that would be fun.
that would be fun.
It is fun.
Yeah. And you make the potion bottles.
Right.
What are those called again?
Tarot spell bottles.
Yep. And I've got one right up here. This is one that you made on a previous show. Well, one that I made with your assistance on a previous show. It has a bird cage in it. And
why did you choose the birdcage again?
Because you guys made me make a love one and
Oh, that's right.
get stuck in a cage.
We did make him make a love potion.
Yep. And so Look, it has a picture of my future wife in it.
Devil. A Capricorn. You're gonna marry a Capricorn.
Yay, Capricorns are Satan.
Capricorn.
And then you had a lovers in there.
Aquarius.
Well, I'm on the cusp. So that is a question I have for you.
Okay.
Because my birthday is January 20th. So some places say I'm a Capricorn, other places say I'm Aquarius.
You have both. You have energies of both Capricorn and Aquarius on the cusp.
Devil energy. You
And
remember that
What's the other one?
the next time you're being lippy with me.
So I need to pull out a
You
cross.
just recognize who you're messing with.
The
Okay.
power of Christ compels you.
An
Do you make-
Aquarian devil.
I need. What does Aquarians do then? If Capricorns are Satan, what is the Aquarian?
Aquarians will cut you out in a heartbeat. Like, I know you won't cut your brother and sister.
Well, because she can't. I mean, we're Irish twins. She could try. I'll still show up.
He's like a bad
But
penny.
she'll let you know, right? You're like,
Oh, yeah.
Hence dense, so I won't notice.
I'll put it in crayon.
You really have
I'm
to.
mad at you in
You
crayon.
have to make this clear, you know. But anyway, so what does an Aquarian do?
Aquarian, well, Aquarius rules the 11th house of communities, groups, friendships, forward thinking, hopes, dreams,
None of that applies to her at all.
technology.
It does.
None of that applies.
She's
to her.
All
like
of that
a humanitarian, and she's a huge humanitarian with all the work she does.
Yeah.
So, so she, wants to save the world, but you also want to be alone. You want to be left alone.
Total hermit. I people for a certain amount and then I'm done peopling.
And while you're peopling, it's to save the world.
Yes.
Sounds about right.
Yes.
What does a Sagittarius do again then?
We just go along and have fun.
Sagittarius just
If it
goes along.
sounds fun, we'll do it.
Oh, hey, all right.
That is so Jared.
What, me? Never. I have never
Like,
arranged my life around my own personal entertainment.
He needs a t-shirt that says I'm in.
Yes, that's perfect.
I mean, well, and another one that says, sounds boring.
Right. Oh, yeah. Perfect. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. But so if someone wants to get a reading from you, they can text your number. They can go to your Facebook page. It's facebook.com/moonspelling. Look up moonspelling on Facebook. It'll
I
bump you
doubt
right
there's
in there.
more than one. I've never checked.
Well, there is moon spelling, and then there's moon spell tarot.
Yeah, it's
Both.
moonspell. Yeah.
Yeah.
And one goes to you and one goes to your business page,
Right.
right?
Right.
Okay. And so if they want to come see you, get bumped on there, go down, get a reading. Maybe if you've got a question about what's going on in your life. I know I went down and saw you 4 months ago, and you said you're going to be super busy, and you cursed me. I have been super busy. So
It all came true.
yeah.
Hi, Sarah. Thanks for joining.
Yes.
Sarah says, except he is already in love and refuses to see or acknowledge it. Laugh out loud, says me.
Who am I in love with?
So Kimberly says my birthday is,
23/11.
so it's November 23rd of 88. She thinks she's on the cusp as well.
She is on the cusp. Yeah.
Oh, Kimberly, you're on the cusp of what?
Scorpio and Sagittarius.
Oh, so what does that mean? It means she has fun and has a stinger
Right.
and clamp.
She has a good time so long as she's enjoying herself. If not, she's out.
And when it gets boring, she stings you.
Yes.
And Sarah says that she's got the same day. We've got two people in
Oh,
the
wow.
same cuspers. Is that what you call them? A cusper?
Tell us, okay, because we have two here, tell us about, we learned about Sagittarius, just out to have a good time. What about the other one?
Scorpios are very deep. They don't trust anyone. They can get to know you in an hour and you'll know nothing about them.
Sarah, I concur. I've met you several times. I still know very little about you.
Sarah's
Sarah.
a lovely lady.
She's fantastic,
Yeah.
but keeps it kind of close to the cuff. Yeah.
So they would have fun, but they would not be open while they have fun.
Yeah, right.
So they'd have
exactly.
fun,
They're
but
very
not
close
tell
enough. You'll,
And
you'll know they're having
Are you
fun.
having fun?
Maybe.
like, that seems like a personal question. I'm not answering it.
But they're deep. They're very deep people, spiritual. Also, once they trust you, you should never, never, never be disloyal to them.
Okay. And what is disloyal?
Just like lie to them, be deceitful.
Okay. Good. Now, isn't Amber,
Yes.
she's a Scorpio?
Yes. I was just thinking through all of her traits.
That's our younger sister.
as she was speaking. Amber, loyal to a fault. If you are disloyal to her, she cuts you out like cancer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's funny, Scorpio rules Cancer. So.
Really? Oh yeah, she does.
Scorpios rule Cancer, but isn't there a
Pluto.
Cancer sign?
And she doesn't just cut you out
that's
quietly.
the home, though.
What does Cancer rule then?
The home.
So Cancers rule the home, but
The
Scorpios
home,
rule Cancer.
ancestry, yeah.
Does Sagittarius rule anything cool?
Yes. Higher learning, spirituality,
Oh, I'm
long
all
distance
about-
travel, foreign lands, learning, expansion, expanding your mind.
Yes.
Soulful.
I don't know about higher learning.
Well, you're always researching. Always.
Oh, I
researching,
done
so-
graduated to the Jack and Jill books, but
No. You're a wealth of useless knowledge.
useless. Yeah, useless. That's
Tell me when the Crimean War happened.
Crimean War. What was that?
Nobody else knows this, but he knows this. This useless floating piece of historical information.
If I remember correctly, it was in the early 1800s.
And who was it between?
Oh, between lots of people: Russia, France, England,
See what I'm saying?
Turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, you described him to a T.
Everyone was there.
There you go. You know it.
Yeah, that was a.
What is the powerhouse of the cell? Do you remember that from school?
Isn't it the? I remember there's a nucleus and there's a chlorophyll and a riboflavin
Yes.
and a cell wall and philia. That's the stuff on the outside that wiggles and makes cells move.
Yeah, no one else remembers that.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, so Sarah,
There you
Kimberly says, oh yeah, you must have hit that right on the head. And Sarah says, yes, I open up to very few people because I can bite you in the butt and never piss me off. I come back with mean words. That's Amber.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, she will,
Yes.
she will,
And she'll do
not
it.
quietly disappear.
Well, it's sad too because she'll come back with mean words from a kimchi squat smoking a cigarette. You're not
Absolutely.
quite
She won't,
prepared.
she won't even stand to give you the mean
No,
words.
she'll be doing the kimchi squat, just down on the ground, smoking. I never used to open up, but these days I've literally no filter and I don't think before I talk. That's got to be the scorpion coming out in you. And the houses may have moved. I mean, we do know that.
Isn't there a new astrology sign? I heard somewhere they were
No.
talking.
Every year this comes out.
Okay.
There is not a new astrology sign.
Oh, okay.
Can we make one?
No.
Why not? What would it be? There's a dude holding a snake, right? A snake wrestler. I watched a show on History Channel once about this.
See? Sagittarius.
Yeah, like a snake wrestler sign. I don't know where they
Snake
sit.
wrestler sign.
Maybe that's the new one.
That's
Jared,
the new
quit
snake
creating new
wrestler.
signs.
Oh, dude, if I create one, I'm going to
It's
rename
over.
all of them. It'll be fantastic. It'll be, yeah, it'll be funny. I'll put lots of time into it. Maybe a little vulgar. No, it'll have a dual meaning. Like when someone tells you, they got to wink with it to, signify which meaning it is.
So Kimberly says, what's a good occupation for Scorpio Sagittarius?
Something that deals, there's quite a few. Something that deals with other people's money, like a banking, investing,
What does Amber do for a living? Anyway, keep going.
psychology.
Psychology.
She was
I thought
going
that
to
was-
school for that.
I thought that was for crazy people to pursue. Am I wrong?
That's the
crazy?
Sagittarius part of you. Crazy people. What's a good job for mine, Aquarius Capricorn?
Anything that stimulates your mind and keeps you thinking and challenges you.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Sagittarius
Work by
is
yourself type, maybe
100%.
with a group, but a lot of alone time.
I do a lot of that.
now Sagittarius is beach bum, right? Surfer instructor without
Yeah.
any
Race car
students?
driver,
Tarot
Oh,
reader.
shit, that's my next life.
tarot reader.
I am coming back as a race car driver in my next go around.
That's
I
a
was-
good thing. Yeah.
I was a cockroach, then a chimp. Now I'm me, mostly evolved. And next time, race car driver.
Race car driver.
Yep. That's what I'm going to be in my next life, race car driver.
Do we get to choose
I don't know.
here? Can we
Maybe.
choose? And then like
Can I leave a
manifest it?
note for
You
myself?
leave a note. Do that.
Yeah.
That would work.
Leave a note. Yeah. That's what I want to be in my next life.
Okay, so before we get started with her story,
Uh-oh.
let's go to a news story.
Okay.
Well, 1 second, Sarah says, I mean, I have a psychology degree.
Oh,
Oh,
my
wow.
gosh.
And paranormal too. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
She does do paranormal. She does psychic stuff, hunts ghosts. You guys can look for her. She'll be back on the show again soon. And also she's a head shrinker. So right on the cusp.
Right on track there, Sarah. Now, if you would just tell me about yourself.
I was
No.
a patient in a mental hospital. Does that count? Why didn't you go pursue the degree after?
Yes, it
It
counts,
does count.
Kimberly. It's the same line.
Yes.
Okay, so Moon, we want to hear some stories.
Okay.
We want to hear. Now, we're not going to give out any names or anything
Right,
like that because
right.
the stories are obviously private, and you'll leave out any
Identifying.
any information that we shouldn't know. But we want to hear the stories of your readings that made you kind of take pause.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you get
Okay.
that often?
Well, yeah. a lot of things happen, but it's just you have to take pause and think about it. But one of my favorite ones is when this guy came in and he had just gotten out of prison for murder. And his brother was murdered while he was in prison. And so he wanted a message from his brother. But I told him, well, I'm not a psychic medium, but I'll pull some cards on it. So I pulled some cards and I told the guy that whatever he was planning, it was a conflict. Whatever conflict he was planning, he needed to not do it.
So, what cards tell you this is what you want to do? Stop.
Well, I specifically
So death,
remember.
ass cancer says,
Yeah.
Jared, what cards say stop what you're doing?
Two of Swords was the last card pulled,
So that's a stop
which is
card?
like a stalemate. Stop. Think about this.
Oh.
There's a lot involved here, a lot to lose. And then the conflict was Five of Swords. It was all swords. Yes, it was all swords.
All swords.
Yeah.
Is swords bad cards? What would you schedule as bad cards?
Every card can be bad.
Don't
Every card
say
can be
that.
good. It depends on your intuition and the way they are pulled.
So, like,
That's why they're so hard to learn.
what would be like the worst order? Sorry, we're getting off the story here. Okay, finish the story. Then I'm going to go with lots of higher learning.
So he said, okay, so this is what I know who murdered my brother and I was going to murder him.
Oh.
And so I was like,
So the cards told him, like, stop. Like,
yeah,
this isn't
yeah,
the answer.
This conflict is not exactly.
So, what did that feel like to you when you pull them?
Did he tell you after you pulled the cards?
After I told him that his brother did not want him to go through with whatever it was he was planning,
Then he revealed to
then
you.
he told me what he was planning.
Big moves, dude.
And
to
so
like
you-
speak that into existence
Well, hold
in
on.
front of a tarot card reader that you just met.
I also want to break down. Okay. Moon is sitting in her studio. Her studio is it's like small and compact. You're right in there with her. And she's telling this guy, don't go murder while she's stuck in this room with the closed door with him. I just want to reflect on that, Moon. So
Heart racing.
aside from being a badass, what does it feel like when you pull these cards? Do you feel like, okay, so you're laying the cards out and they come across in this order that says something. Do you feel like an immediate jump to say, hey, this? Does it feel ominous to you when you're pulling them?
If it is ominous, yes. it
Was
does.
would one like that stop feel ominous?
Yes, it was.
Oh.
I felt like he was planning some type of conflict. Murder did not come to mind, but I felt like his
So
brother
you
did
thought
not want him to.
You thought of all of the common recidivism. This time the prison system worked and it wasn't gonna.
Have you seen him in the news beyond that? Did he take your advice?
I have no idea. I feel like he did.
Okay,
I haven't seen him since.
good. That'd be awesome if you, because I mean, he could have totally went and talked to the police and said, okay, this is what I know. Granted, I know that may not always work, but I mean, he could have got resolution that way.
He could have. Yes, that's
Yeah.
true.
That's creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Have you had any other instances like that?
There was this one time I had, it was a woman, I was reading for, and we were talking about her sister. And all of a sudden I felt this tickle in my hair, playing with my hair. And I was like, oh, something is bothering my hair. And she said, that's my sister. That's what she does to me all the time. And she used to do that to me when we were kids.
Hold on. So her sister was a ghost?
Her sister was there, present in the room with us.
The same office you're in now?
Yes.
That tiny little office with no escape?
Right.
The tiny little office I've come to visit, and you haven't told me before that it's haunted. You just let that just lie and let Jared, who is completely not okay with ghosts, come right in. Just come in. You don't
Except
say
a ghost could sit on your lap and you wouldn't know.
by choice. So it was playing with your hair. She was.
Yes.
Do you call a ghost a she or an it? Do ghosts have pronouns?
Well, it depends on, yeah. If it's
Oh, it'd be
she,
past
yeah,
tense.
it's bad.
It'd be past tense.
I think it's past tense. Yeah.
Was and
Wasn't.
Was.
You can refer to me as wasn't.
oh my gosh. So what did you do when she said that? Did
I
you
was
like?
just like, oh wow, well she's here with us then, and
So you
and
just chewed it up. Just heard that.
Listen, Jared, in her line of work,
it's common.
super common, I'm sure. So it's like,
Yeah,
you know,
Like the plumber running into a turd.
It's
just
like if-
another day.
right.
yeah, like the plumber, you know, like a turd shoots out. He doesn't get excited. He doesn't
Everyone else would be
scream.
running around.
Yeah, he just
you know.
gets back to business. Oh, that's creepy.
That's wild. The ghost was tickling your hair.
Have you, that building you're in, did you choose it because of its history? Do you feel like that building harbors a ton of spiritual activity?
Yes, I feel like it does.
Because the stories
Oh yeah.
that we have heard about that building are pretty amazing.
They are.
And from people you wouldn't expect it. I had a friend that actually worked in the nursing home, and she said that there was a little child that her patients would claim came to visit them. And they knew when a patient would say, they named, I can't remember what it was, if it was a boy or a girl, but the child had a name that it would tell the patients. And when the patients would mention that a child by that name had come in to see them, the entire staff knew to contact their next of kin because they were going to die the next night.
So it was like death in the movies,
Yeah.
but
And
a little
so-
kid
But it's a
death.
little
And
girl.
she's not at all somebody that even buys into this. Super religious. She said it was just unexplainable. But when one of her patients would mention that they were visited by this child, she said it was, you need to contact their immediate family today.
It was
Because
game time.
it's game time. They're not going to be here any longer. And within 48 hours, they would always pass away.
I wonder if that child would like come and like hold their hand. as they-
Welcome them. Yeah, I hope that's how death is, and not like the child comes in and rips opens its face like a demogorgon. And
Nightmare time, guys. So, anyways,
that would be my
Hopefully
fear.
not.
I'm just saying.
mine would be like wedding bells.
Death. It's happening now.
Oh, man.
If you ever hear wedding bells, you better call me because we need to have a talk before you progress on to the next life.
Well, imagine if you hear wedding bells, you didn't do very good in this one. So,
That's a punishment.
lake of fire. Wait.
You're terrible.
Oh, I know. I really am. I really am.
Okay.
What about for the ladies? What about like a love tarot reading? Like maybe a person came in and was wondering about,
Should I marry this guy?
should I marry them or should I?
Have you ever been asked, does he love me?
Oh, I'm gonna ask that. How does he feel about me all the time?
Have you ever had one where you're like, yeah,
Oh yeah.
he's totally not into you?
Yes.
That's a hard conversation to have.
It is, but at the same time, they know it.
Well, they
True.
wouldn't ask if they,
They
didn't
know it. Yeah,
Yeah.
and they say that.
I kind
They'll
of felt
be like,
that way.
I knew that.
If
That's
you're
how-
heading to a psychic to ask about your lover's love for you,
Yeah.
it means that relationship's already
You're in
swirling
trouble.
the toilet. Someone already hit the plunger. It's time to pop smoke.
Yeah.
But anyway, have you ever like had someone come in, maybe questioning their life partner choices, and the card said,
Yeah.
like talked them back into working on the.
Yes,
Ooh.
yes. I've had someone tell me I read for his wife, and then afterwards, about a month or so afterwards, he said, "You saved my marriage. My wife gave me a second chance." So they're still together.
Fantastic. Now, okay, big question: difference between men and women in reading.
Oh.
Do they ask different questions? Like, do guys come in and focus on different things than girls come in and focus on?
No, it's really the same: relationships, careers, children.
Yeah. Should I buy that, hot car?
No. Go fishing. You're in a midlife crisis.
I thought that was midlife crisis thing you do. You buy yourself a little red convertible.
You
something
do,
fast.
unless you have a big fishing trip you'd like to plan, and
I
then
know,
you do that
unless-
instead.
Unless you have a brother who's weird and dumps all his money into other things. But anyways, but the questions are kind of universally the same. Do they focus on difference? Do men focus on relationships quite a bit?
Yes, it's usually the reason they're there.
Because I don't find myself focusing on relationships often.
That's why you needed a
No,
love
you
spell
don't.
jar.
You focus more on. It seems like career and family.
I am big into
You
family.
you like to skip that seventh house. Let's not even talk about it.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
He has,
Well,
he has failure to launch.
I'm afraid. I've got the Peter Pan syndrome. I would have stayed at the parents' home, but my parents drove me crazy, so I left, and that's the only. But I'm afraid, especially in the building you're in, that if I let you focus on the seventh house, the little devil's gonna pop up next to me and say, "Hi, my name is Julie," and yeah, that's.
Carol runs screaming.
I know. You see me heading down the hallway like,
Your hair's on fire. Kimberly says, my best friend, first love, died from mental illness. Just wondering, do they still have this illness in spirit?
oh,
Or are they healed? Do we know?
that's a big one. That's something we're going to have to ask Sarah when she comes in, because that's a big one. I can't imagine that when you go to the other side.
Listen, if I have to have all this garbage from here, wherever it is I end up, I'm going to be pissed. Next level pissed.
Yeah, I can imagine. Kendra says, Jared, your cards say make jalapeno beer.
Beer and deliver to Kendra.
Yes, I do need to make another batch of some jalapeno beer. Stuff was tasty.
A little tiny bite.
Just a
And
little
an
bit.
undertone of jalapeno.
Yeah, the smell too, when
Yeah.
you brought it up to your face. Okay, so we've got the difference between men and women. How about let's delve into some of your what do you call these tarot potion jars?
That the tarot spells.
Tarot spells. When you
Tarot.
make these, can you tell us like maybe a little bit of the width and breadth of the ones you've made and kind of the outcomes of them, and maybe some of the ones you have made for yourself? If you don't mind sharing some personal details.
Yeah, I have to think about that. So you want to know what people
Yeah,
make
like,
the most?
what do
It's
they
a-
make
it's a
the
love
most?
spell. The love spell, abundance.
Do men make love spells?
Yes,
You
you,
know,
made one.
You made.
I
It
made one
happens.
under protest.
I don't want to make a love spell.
I know. I'm poking stuff in there thinking I could be making a money spell. I could be making, a luck spell. I think luck would be the ultimate.
Oh yeah, that's the Wheel of Fortune.
That goes into everything, But so love spells between men and women, do men make a lot of love spells too?
Well, I have more women make the tarot spells than men, but the men that
so
have made them,
overall.
yeah, overall, it's something that the women connect to more.
Yeah.
But the men who have made them, they have been love spells.
Oh, they go for the love too.
Yep.
And have you done any like secret agent follow up to see, are they in marital bliss now? And
Do you
all
make bad spells?
Oh,
Maybe.
For the right
so
client?
we're off of love spells now. Tell us about some. What is a bad spell like?
I mean, really, just binding somebody from hurting you or someone else is considered by a lot of people a dark spell. But I'm ancient witchcraft, and so there's really no definition of dark and light. It's all mixed, and so it's more
what's-
of a binding though if someone's doing something to hurt somebody. Just
So what's
bind them
in
from
this?
hurting. That's the lovers and the devil.
But what's the stuff?
I think we
in-
put lavender in there.
Oh, this.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like there's what, a black one, black onyx maybe, is it?
Probably. That's
And
For
a
the
red
heart of
one.
my
The red
future
one
wife.
isn't that?
I think that's garnet.
That's. Oh yeah, you're right. It is. It's
so the
garnet.
black one's the heart of my future wife. The red one is for the color of my face while I get yelled at.
And
There's
the
a
yellow one
one.
is citrine for happiness.
Citrine for the happiness that I watched disappear. So when you make a bad one, so like
I don't really.
ashy old dog turd from the neighbor's yard.
You can put anything like that in the like rusty nails, rusty wire. Some people put urine in them. Not in my studio. Like people making them in
It's a tiny hole.
like bottle spells.
All right. I imagine
Somebody's got a quart jar
I would have to wash my hands.
with a urine and a floating dog turd.
I'm a fairly good aim, and I would have to wash my hands 4 or 5 times after just trying to get a little in there. And I don't know how a lady would do it, but
I don't know.
I would be like that old Western. I think you need a bigger jar.
So Kendra says, Moon, remember when we did my protection spell and it caught fire?
Yes, I do remember. It means she needed extra protection. Like it
Now,
was,
Kendra, I've been trying to get her to come on the show. She keeps dodging that.
All
Like,
you need is jalapeno beer. She already told you.
She dodges that like me. I had jalapeno beer, and she did not come on.
Kendra, you got to tell us,
Kendra.
what is it going to take?
What is it going to take? But so she was building a protection spell, and it caught on fire. What was in it that caught on fire?
I can't even remember.
Was it like, this is a little bit of gasoline?
No, we didn't put gasoline on it.
A striker above.
I don't want a regular glass jar. Can we build mine in a Zippo? But wow, that's wild.
It was some herbs, and I don't know, Kendra, if we had some paper in
Oh,
there.
well, if
or
you're
not.
lighting herbs on fire, generally.
They didn't light it. It caught fire.
Yeah, that's what Scooby says.
Oh,
Oh, make the beer and I'll be there. Okay, Kendra, I'm
Okay.
holding you to it. Hold you to it. Okay. Now, also, Moon is going to do some readings tonight for people. Just like maybe 1 or 2 card readings. Moon, usually you have a disc that has all the little pictures on it, and you kind of build out. It's like a whole reading.
Right,
like-
it's a
like a-
12th house astrology reading.
Yeah, the whole house. You've got the fish person and the crab.
All the zodiac signs.
Now there isn't the guy with the snake on there. We'll talk about that later. I may have to come in with the Sharpie and just kind of scribble it in somewhere.
create him.
But you got all that in. But tonight, maybe just like a 1 card reading for the people. Maybe kick it off with Betsy. See how.
So
Okay.
1 card.
I'm going to pull more than 1 card.
Okay.
I was going to say, what can you learn from 1 card?
No, I mean, it depends because sometimes you can. It really depends. Sometimes you can learn everything you want to know, and sometimes you need to pull a couple cards to clarify it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
For me right now, 1 card. What would it look like?
What's
Death card. No.
Yeah. The
bum
death
cancer?
card.
We've already been over
The
that.
ass cancer card. What does it look like? It has a sword. It's a sword, a cup, and a skull, all pointing down.
So
It's,
when someone comes in for a reading, they have to have like a question in mind, correct? Because
No, with my 12 house spread, I go around and tell them what I see in each house, tell them what, and if they want clarification or if they have questions, then I'll pull more cards and answer.
Okay.
But you don't need a question.
and your readings are $30 for, and the readings, I mean, it's not like you go in there and, some guy shakes a curtain, you flip a few cards. This is a whole reading. Like you talk about as you go,
Everything.
it takes 40 minutes. I mean, so it's not like you're, what do you call a fly by night huckster. You do a full reading, a
Right.
full deal, and you dig in on stuff. And usually, if you don't want her to dig in on something, you got to kind of pull her away. All right, well, let's talk about this right now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's $30 for a 30-minute session. Basically, it's $1 a minute.
Oh, okay.
So we can go over. There's a lot of times that we do go over. There
Oh.
is so much.
I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so
So-
I have a question.
Betsy has a question.
The current path I'm on, should I continue? Does it serve my highest self to continue, or should I give up?
Okay.
That's a good one. Oh, let me quickly, while she does that, I'm going to kick over to the other screen. So this way we can see the cards that come out. They're not very clear, but
I love your deck.
Oh, I love this. It's the Nefertari deck. My favorite deck.
So cool.
it's a shiny
you.
gold Egyptian number.
Okay, so what does it say?
Okay. So this current path you're on there's been a lot of conflict. It's unfulfilling.
Tons.
You should go on a new path.
Okay.
The current vocation she's doing?
No, it's not vocation.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Okay, I know you guys can't see this very well because I should move the camera around a little better.
needs to be focused, it looks like.
Yeah. I can try to do that real quick.
Okay, so you see tons of conflict on this current path, and
Yes.
I should choose a different path.
There's unfulfillment. It's like there's just parts of it that are so unfulfilling. You should search for something different. The funny thing, okay, so the Fool is
New beginnings,
It's
right?
new beginnings. It's an Aquarian card. You're Aquarian. It's something different, something new.
Okay.
It's a new path.
Okay. That's good to know.
So we've
Because
got
I beat my head against that question every day.
so we've got a carousel horse, a bird, and a guy praying at a tree. So both of these have the same spear. Is that a
The
spear?
swords.
So they got sword cards. Oh,
Which means conflict in the case of this.
So-
Yes, yes.
Okay. It makes total sense to me.
oh my goodness.
Makes total sense to me.
Okay.
Okay, Jared, do you have a question?
I don't know. Did you guys see my sweet new tractor tires on my?
I did.
I don't know. I do. I have a question. Okay. Here's a big one. So my plans for the end of this summer.
Don't say what it is.
There seems to be some conflict with that. Are my plans for the end of the summer? Is it still something I should pursue?
Okay.
Hey, there's a sword.
There's your sword.
Oh my gosh, she drew two more. Okay, so we got a bowl with a hat and a dude with a hat. Or is that a lady? That's a lady with a goose egg on her head. A dude holding up a throwing sword. So he's getting ready to throw swords at one of them ladies on the wheel. We have a
You should probably tell us what we have. Mel.
Okay. So
oh well, the camera's not. If I could get Betsy to reach up there and twist that.
I can see if I can.
Yeah. Anyways, go on.
so it looks like, I mean, is this
It's the one up top. Betsy.
uh-oh.
Yeah, it's way up there. I zoomed in too far. Anyways,
Do you have like too much planned? Is there
oh, it's a big plan.
because it looks like you may need to cut some parts of it out to make it all work.
Yeah, but the plan includes you have to do all of it.
Do it in
Okay,
sections.
there's gonna
I'm
be
wondering. I've been kind of pondering. Do I need to break this up into two summers?
you do. That's what you should do,
too big.
definitely.
Yeah. Maybe kick it off around the Coos Bay trip and hit the West Coast, and then break it off and do the other, like the middle going.
Oh,
forward.
are you going on a boat or?
Oh, if I get the chance, you bet your sweet ass I'm going on.
Yeah,
a boat.
we've chartered
I
deep sea fishing.
yeah. I go
Oh,
on-
see, look at the fish! Holy, look at the fish!
well,
on
that's
that.
also into my
Yeah.
summer plan. It's a bucket list thing.
So look at this though, 2 6s here.
Oh.
That means, and you got. I pulled one of the best swords card that's
Is
you
sword
can
cards
pull.
usually pretty
They're
not
usually
good?
pretty not good. Yeah.
And what's the best one?
This
The one with the
is
fish.
one of them is 6 of Swords. It's moving past kind of the conflicts and getting everything in, and look at being peaceful fishing. This is like your paths, and funny because you want to
what
split
do
it
these
out
other
into
two
two.
card means?
Well, this is like excitement. Like you're very excited. for
Oh,
this.
yeah, the
This
bowl
is,
with the hat.
like
Dude,
ideas that you're gonna have,
you know,
things you're gonna do. But
Every
then,
bull with a hat is excited.
He would be
And that,
terrible. to
oh,
be
that's a
fair.
goose egg. Juggling cups. One misses goose egg.
but this shows me all this that you have. This is too much, too many
Mm.
things. It's like almost Neptune type energy here, where your thinking's clouded.
Oh, definitely. And work's busy. I mean, there's a lot of, yeah. No, that's all right. All right, cool.
Makes
So
sense to me.
break it down a little bit.
So-
Maybe hit the southern states more in the winter months, like early next year or something.
So it's not 100 degrees and 100% humidity while you're
Oh,
fishing.
Good idea.
Yeah.
That's a great
So,
idea.
so what it is, I've got a bucket list plan. I want to catch fish in every state.
Oh,
And I was going to head out at the end of summer and just drive it. But with gas prices, that's another
Current
then
workload.
that's one of those 5 of Swords
current
issues.
workload. Yeah, 5 of Swords.
So are there like 3 main issues or 5 main issues?
Gas prices, it would be at least a 2-month-long trip.
So the time.
So, I mean,
And
it's,
then your workload. There's at least 3. There's probably 5 main issues.
yeah, there's quite a few. There's a lot going on with work and things like that. I quit my real job so I could take it easy in life.
And then maybe someone has a question.
Yes, let's get some of the people seeing as how surgery.
Oh,
has been.
Sarah.
Oh, yes.
We've been following this.
Okay, Kendra says I was sealing it with wax and it caught fire.
Oh, yes, that's
Oh, my
right. That's
goodness.
right.
The nighttime is the right time. Okay. All right, Sarah. Sarah has a big one. Now, Sarah has a surgery that she's been trying to get done for, correct me if I'm
long
wrong.
time.
What, like 9 months now? And they keep canceling. The doctor had a loss in the family. Then the stars weren't in the right place. Then the hospital did whatever.
One
and
of her
COVID.
tests or something didn't
Yeah.
come back appropriate.
And then they took her off medication. And then, well, you were off medication too long to get it done. So let's read what she says. My surgery has been canceled twice and now moved up to June 30th from September 14th. Any insight on if it will work out this time or if don't want to do medical? Is my boyfriend ever going to propose? Well, Ryan, if you're watching, I think, yeah, you just got that. Let's do the medical question first.
Okay.
The surgery. Now, this is a surgery she's been seeking for quite a while, and she's been jumping through a lot of hoops for it. And it keeps getting canceled, not by her. And even when she asks them, hey, this is the one part of time that I
Can
need to,
feasibly make this happen.
they sure as shit, that nurse and doctor, they go in the room. I'm sure there's an evil laugh. They twirl a whisker and then boom, put it like right where she can't have it. So let's see where she's at.
Okay.
And this is the time she's asking about, I believe, is right close to an important time for her. And then Ryan, you know what to do with the other one.
Ryan, just do it.
I feel like you will.
Yeah.
Good, good. Hey, you hear that?
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit. Okay, so we're getting a lot of knives
Yeah.
and cuts and a lady with a lot of arms.
I really feel like something is gonna change with this.
Like the surgery's going to get bumped again?
It's a 10 of swords.
I'm sorry, Sarah.
Yeah, sorry, Sarah. It looks like something is not going to go as planned. with
It's
this
got to be for
surgery.
your higher good. All of these cancellations are because the doctor's clearly got a drinking problem and he needs to get it under control.
Are you serious? Or are you just reading the cards? I was like, yes.
And he needs to get it under control.
No, or
before he
maybe a
puts
new
you under the knife.
doctor, new surgeon.
Oh, yeah. Maybe a new doctor.
Yes.
Yes, that might be a good idea. New doctor. All right. So does that mean a drinking one?
Well, it's celebration. It's cups. It's 3 of cups. So yes, it could mean
I want to
drinking,
get.
but
I want to get a poster of that.
the 3 of cups.
So I've got a funny idea right now, just to sidetrack us for a minute. So that lady down there that makes the tumblers now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I've been in chatting
Angela.
with her. You know,
Angie.
she might have nightmares after our last chat, but I've got some ideas on tumblers I'm going to get made. So
Okay.
she can do a tumbler and put a picture on it.
Right?
Barf bags, like airplane barf bags. Huh?
A picture of one
Uh-huh.
or an actual one that
No, a
opens
picture
up.
of one so it looks like it is one. Wouldn't that be funny?
So gross. Disgusting.
You could do like blood bags for Halloween,
Like a
and you give them really long straws so it looks like it's a IV blood bag.
you should never go into the business of this.
I should only
making
do
cups.
this. No, I think it'd be fun and funny. Anyways, Sarah. Okay. I hope Sarah gets this done. She's been wanting it forever.
Yes, and I hope
Well, is it?
I hope her doctor gets his issue under control and his evil laugh
Maybe
and
he
trims his
overbooked.
mustache.
Well, he's partying
Possibly.
now. When you're partying with one of those long waxed mustaches, do you get liquor stuck in it?
The answer is yes.
Yeah. All right. I think, okay. Yeah. We'll have to get a new doctor this time. I'm afraid insurance will not cover my new doctor. My doctor isn't going to work with my insurance anymore, which is why he moved it up to this. Do you think that your doctor was
Embezzling. No.
maybe playing around with the timeline because he didn't like the insurance?
Ooh.
Which is gross if true, but it does make you wonder.
There are actual
Yeah.
people at the end of these conflicts. Like she needs and deserves this surgery.
I know. And she's been working hard and making a lot of sacrifice for this stuff.
Dang it.
Yeah. I hope you find a new doctor and your new doctor likes your insurance and gets you in there quick and doesn't take you off medication and then say, well, you were off the medication too long to get it done or whatever.
Wow.
Yeah. Seriously, she's been getting jerked around.
It sounds like it. You have to be your own advocate when it comes to healthcare here.
Yeah. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
They go home,
Horrible.
don't think about you at all.
Right.
No. Well, except for Dr. House, because I watched that show. I mean,
That's
he may have
true.
been a junkie.
House does think about you at home, and then he comes back to the hospital, and then he tries to kill you in order to cure you.
Well, it's usually
in
something
every
weird like
episode.
this person has a brain-eating amoeba, and then he's got to go argue with the hot head of doctor nurses stuff, and they argue in her office, and then he pops a couple opium pills, limps down the hallway. So it's a lot of sexual tension between those two.
There
I've only
is.
seen 3 episodes, but
You have only seen 3?
maybe 2, maybe parts of 4.
Oh, House is fantastic.
I know. All right. We should we need to get some more people wanting readings done. Kendra, you want to get a reading done?
I'm trying to think if I have any other questions. That was the big burn.
That Betsy, that big question has my mind reeling because I'm wondering what your conflict is.
Is there a path I should choose? Because now that I recognize, and again, I knew that before I asked the question, but now that I recognize that, is there a path I should choose? Is there a way that the cards could help me decide? Because I could go angelic or pure evil. Those are the 2 paths.
Okay.
I haven't done anything wrong, have I?
I have a hard time being pure evil.
You would tell me if I did, though. Right?
I would.
Okay, good. There's a lot of those
Look at that.
knives.
I should go pure evil. Is that what this is saying?
Oh no. Well,
Look
you got
at that hat.
what is that? Is that the
That's
fool
the
again?
Fool
Yes.
again.
And your fool looks like someone with Down syndrome.
Well, you know.
Like literally, look, he cut his own hair that morning. Like literally.
Okay, so what does this mean? Does this mean I need to be mean?
Yeah, you do. You need to get like boundaries up, meanness.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
'Cause there's a lot of things that are holding you back. There's a lot of holdbacks here.
Yeah. Being mean is really hard for me. I am a people pleaser. I don't like conflict. As a matter of fact, I will put up with your garbage forever if it will stave off conflict.
Mm.
But I'm going to have
It
to.
looks like you've put up with this for a long time.
I have.
And that's why you've reached that point where you need to take control of it.
Okay.
Oh.
It's a hard one for me.
This is a big night for card reading in the old
Yeah.
studio.
Hi, Laura. Thanks for joining
Yes.
us. Do you have a question for Moon?
Well, okay, we've got
Oh, Kendra says surprise me. Tell
well,
me
we've
something.
got Laura saying, I'm considering a big change to try
Oh.
to move my life forward. Is it a positive change for me?
Well, you don't consider it if it isn't, Miss Laura.
Yeah. I'm thinking of cutting off my right foot just to,
Is this a positive change?
would this be good? Nothing wrong with it.
You know,
Just always wondered.
tiny pinky toe that you can't paint the toenail. Gotta go. Not a single sword.
I know you're the first one.
Oh,
There it is.
There it is.
No, for some reason, this feels like it's going to be way too much of a burden. There's something else that you need to reconsider, a different path that you were thinking about before. That would be better.
So don't do the big change.
it's too much, Laura.
It's too
It
much.
is too much.
It's like cutting your foot off. It seems like a good idea at first.
You've got a guy hauling
a cow.
a cow. That's a baby cow on his back. It's not a very big cow, or a really big dude hauling a cow. And then you've got a guy
It's all about perspective.
that looks like he's teetering a lot of stuff on a tray, maybe a waiter or something. And then you've got a guy with the leaning tower of pizza, and he's holding it up in a bunch of sticks. And then,
So it feels overwhelming.
yeah,
like
there's
it's
too,
like
that's a lot
literally
of
too
labor
much.
laid out there. And then you've got a lady that's training a hawk, talking to a hawk, maybe feeding, grooming a hawk, maybe.
That's the this
Yeah.
is not the good path. This isn't a good
Yeah.
path.
So
This
don't
is
do it. That all of
something
these
not right about it.
all of these show a lot of energy being expelled.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, Laura says,
Oh.
all right,
sorry.
so back to the drawing board. Come up with a good plan. Kendra,
Surprise her.
surprise her. Kendra, you've got no question. You know what? Can Kendra ask a question in her mind? You just pull cards. That way
do
she
you
can
have to
stay
hear it?
like
No,
Super Ninja.
I don't have to hear
All right,
it.
Kendra, just stay Super Ninja.
We
You
can,
don't
just asking the question just makes it the answer
Yeah.
more specific, but I don't have to.
don't get personal. Just kind of ask it in your mind. We'll see what comes up here.
Okay.
All
Are
right.
you ready?
Yep.
Is she ready? Yeah.
Yeah, she's ready. Well, if she's not, she's getting it anyway.
That's right. Here it comes.
Besides, she's on like a 3-second delay. She's got time to get ready.
Well, whatever it is you're considering to do for yourself, you should do this. You should go and do these things for yourself.
Yeah, I totally see that.
Because you look exhausted. There's exhaustion here. It may have something to do with work.
Okay, so tell me about these cards. What makes you come to that conclusion?
Well, see the Empress. This is her. And this is the Ace of Pentacles, which is something being offered to her. Whatever it is that's being offered to her is a good idea, but also it's like putting energy into yourself.
Okay, so what are these
Okay.
other cards?
So, like, do something with movement, something exciting.
Ooh, that
Is it?
dance
Do you want to
class?
travel? Is it? I don't know.
I think
Travel,
I think
something-
she's looking at a square dancing class she's been thinking about taking. I'm just
Take the seriously. That's it. Take the square dancing class. It is something with movement, something where you pour energy into yourself. You do something for yourself.
always good advice too. Always good advice.
Okay, so then what is this card?
Well, and it's with people, like something with people, meetings, teamwork. This could have a lot to do with work being exhausting because of a few people and needing kind of a break from that.
Well, I know where she works. I can't imagine that would be the case.
No,
See, she is doing square dancing.
Yeah. She says, how did you know?
no square dancing.
No square dancing. Oh, ballroom dancing. Dude, imagine you could
Interpretive,
do the
interpretive karate dancing.
okay, there's the box step, the fox hop, is that right?
Trot, close.
The trot, fox, is it trot hop
It's,
or
it's
trot?
the fox
The
trot.
fox trot.
It's not the trot hop or the pot trot or
Yeah, and then there's the one where you
there's
stand.
the salsa.
Kendra, salsa.
Oh, I could see. Probably has to do
Oh.
with court coming. Oh. Well, if it does, these are good energies that things will work out in your favor.
Outstanding.
Excellent.
Yes, Kendra's been needing some solution with court for quite a while.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Hence the protection spell she started building on fire with.
So tell me, two-part. One, do you pull your own cards?
Yes.
And-
all the time. Every morning.
So like in the morning, you wake up,
If
One
you
of the
pull a
first
bad
things I
card,
do,
you
pull a
go,
card.
that's
I
it.
go, hell no.
you go right back
I'm
to
not
bed.
doing that.
Don't even brush your teeth. Just crawl right back,
back
into
into
bed.
bed.
Covers up to the nose.
So, second thing, can you ask tarot questions for other people? Or is it just questions about yourself?
Like, have you ever gotten up and pulled cards for, say, a sister that's having a problem, or, you know,
Or like, yeah,
a
like
neighbor?
if I have a child that's having an issue, can I ask questions about him?
Yes. That's what I mainly ask questions about. Other people.
So you are not selfish.
Okay, so then I have one last question before we let you go.
Okay.
Oh well, she's got to hang around for the news story. So
Oh, that's true.
we're not letting her go. She's got to sit in.
Okay, so my one last question is, will it work itself out? And I know that's a dumb question. Will the path that they're on lead them back together? That's the question. Because nothing works itself out. You got to put in work and
Slivers sometimes do.
slivers and hemorrhoids.
Oh, hemorrhoids are always worked out.
You're terrible.
No, I mean, it looks like
It's heavy.
it's heavy. It probably won't just work itself out, but it will work out. It's going to work out differently than what you hoped or what they hoped, but something's going to change. There's going to be a twist to what happens here.
Wow. Very cool.
All right. You ready for some fun news?
Yes.
Oh, geez.
My favorite part of the show, folks. So let me get this set up real quick. And sorry about, I should have got that camera figured out a little bit better before we move that over. Had a rough time. I'm just adjusting the screen. And let me come up here and here and here. And Betsy is going to read this story. Are you ready, Betsy?
I'm ready.
Okay.
So this story comes to us from Texas. This is an image.
Well, I want to hold on. So Texas is really trying to compete with Florida this last month. Have you noticed that? They've been like pulling out all the stops.
They have.
I think
stepping it up big time.
they're jealous.
So what's interesting to me, first of all, is the way that they coined or labeled this news story. It's a chupacabra ?
That's because it's Texas, though.
But
Texas
it's right
is,
on the border of Mexico.
But Texas is where the chupacabra first originated. Well, Puerto Rico, then it went to Texas, and that's where it kind of got its hold in the U.S.
So the city has coined this a UAO, an unidentified Amarillo object.
Yes, Texas. Rename it for yourself.
But this was caught on a camera at the Amarillo Zoo. And there's tons of buzz about it on the news. Like, what is it? The position of its legs being kind of, protruding forward. Hats come in all kinds of shapes and sizes, but the position of its legs, I think, is...
It looks like it's walking upright.
It does.
And the way its arms are moving.
And the length of its... Look how long that hand goes down, almost to its knee.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, however, the best part was the comments. First one puts, someone from PETA dressed as a furry. The next one says, that's Sonic the Hedgehog easy.
That looks like it.
The next one, according to my husband, it's probably just Ted Cruz reverting back to his original form to feed. This one says, nah, that's just my drunk uncle dressed like a furry.
Oh, where was the furry convention at this time?
This next one says, it's Crash Bandicoot. It does look like
does
Crash
look-
It
Bandicoot.
does.
Yeah.
It does. But it also, to me, it looks like a skinwalker because you see, it looks like it's wearing a skin
So
hat.
amongst all of these, there are several that says in Navajo culture, a skinwalker, a Nagloshi is a type of harmful witch who has the ability to turn in, possess, or disguise themselves as an animal, and that's what you're looking at.
And that's how they dress. They put on the cloak of it and then form into it. So we might be looking at a mid form, or it's a dude with kind of a floppy hat, maybe one of them Aboriginal hats. Now it looks like he's holding something in his hand and reaching behind him. What could make a guy?
This one says furry trying to get some after bar action.
I mean, it kind of looks like some sort of soft yet gentle paper in his left hand, and he's reaching back behind him with it. What could that
It
be?
looks to me like beyond the light colored sleeve that his arm extends down and you can almost see his fingers.
You're talking right here, but
Yes.
see, I'm thinking this is his hand, and this is.
No, see, I think his hand that's his arm and then his hand down below
I
the
think
fingers.
he's holding something like maybe a back scratcher or some toilet paper.
Keys.
Yeah,
This says, y'all, that's a Texan mullet. Not even unusual.
I know. Got a cow lick. A cow licked it right there. Yeah. Man, what if it's a lady? Like she has really bad bedhead.
This one says, is it me or just me, or does that look like a cat costume from the musical Cats? It does.
Never saw it. Oh, but yeah. So,
This one says,
Chupacabra.
looks like the guy from the January 6th Capitol break-in.
The shaman.
Yeah.
What was his name?
I don't know, but that's what it
What'd
looks
they
like.
call him? What's the Trump cult thing?
MAGA?
No, the QAnon.
Oh, QAnon.
Yeah, QAnon shaman. Yeah. It does kind of look like that. Look, you can see like a buffalo horn.
It's making an appearance.
Mm-hmm. That or he's just got
Anyway, it's creepy.
some wicked eyebrows.
And it may just be like really old video equipment that kind of, captured two images and kind of put them together.
Or just a dude with a crazy mullet and he's carrying a back scratcher. He's just walking along the street.
He just
minding his own
he's right
business.
outside the zoo, so he just want to go hang out with the animals.
Mhm. I think it's a skinwalker.
Yeah.
I think it, or
What do you
maybe
think it
a
is,
Wendigo.
Moon?
I
Draw a
think-
card for it.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to the source now.
That's right.
Dude, we're drawing cards for. That's what we need to do is draw cards for these crazy news stories. Seriously.
Yes.
Okay. That's kind of a scary looking card, that first one. It's a red one with a
Wow.
lady with a lot of knives.
Okay, so what does this mean?
I feel like it's somebody that works at the zoo.
Yeah.
That was a comment.
He's just like giving like a shoulder ride to a fox, running around playing with it.
He just knew where the cameras were, wanted to play it up.
Someone works at the zoo.
And I've watched enough crime scene investigation shows that I can tell you exactly who it is. It's the guy who came and said there was something weird on the cameras.
I have watched enough crime scene investigation shows to know check for semen. You get one of them blue lights and some of that spray. That's how you solve everything.
We're going to need
nowadays.
someone out there to go spray some luminol and
Whatever
check
you
for bodily
do.
fluids.
Do not spray your hotel room ever.
Ever.
You don't want to know. You don't want to know.
And for that matter, your house, because then you'll have to burn it down.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. My story time.
Oh,
This one's funny. Scientists accidentally turn hamsters into hyper violent monsters. So you got Sharknado and you got the Arachnophobia movie. We're going to see like Hamstergeddon.
Amsterdam.
Just last week, we reported on the dead hamster that saved a Singaporean.
From
I
death
never
row.
knew that word. Singaporean.
It's a guy from Singapore.
That's awesome. And
You're a Twillian.
Twilliite.
Twillian. You can't be a Twilliite. A Toolite.
Toolite.
That would mean you're a tool multiplied. No.
Tool squared.
Tool square.
Saved a Singaporean man from death row. Had it been one of these hamsters, it probably would have gnawed the man to death on its own.
I think all hamsters are hyper-violent monsters, and they're just discovering
agree.
it.
Well, they
I
do
agree.
that to themselves. They kill their young a lot. And
Oh, I used to have
Walk into the pet store, stick your finger in there, hyper-violent.
really,
Chew it right off.
a hamster will?
Absolutely.
Real?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. They're
This is
teeny
not a
tiny.
news story.
In what sounds like the plot of a B-class horror movie, Hamstergeddon, scientists were messing with the genome of
Hamsternado.
Syrian hamsters, but their experiment went awfully wrong. Oh, why are you messing with the genome of them? You're going to make you know what? We're going to
Zombie
see
hamsters.
We're going to see
yeah.
big old like 40-pound hamsters wandering.
They already
around.
make those. They already have those. They
Aren't those colored guinea pigs?
no even bigger.
Oh, you're talking capybaras?
Yeah, capybaras. They're just giant.
But they're super nice. They'll make one of the mean ones you say that bite your finger.
I think capybaras can be mean too.
They haven't been. They were super friendly when I was around them. Using gene therapy, the researchers attempted to make the hamsters friendlier and more docile.
That's because they're vicious creatures.
Yet they became everything but. The hamsters turned into ultra-violent psychopaths that attacked everything in sight. We were really surprised at the results, said H. Elliot Albers. Dude, they will start using the H for your name also. You keep making these serial killer monsters because you're going to get named after that like all the serial killers get.
They're gonna call hamsters. There'll be a new type. It'll be the Albers hamster.
Oh, the Helliots.
The Helliots. Helliot.
I just
H.
coined that.
Elliot, you missed the boat.
Can I get a hold of the patent office on that name now?
These are Helliot hamsters.
Elliot hamsters. They're going to be big killer. The military's going to employ them. We're going to do away with
Just
drones.
Set them loose.
You're just going to see us. It'll be like all the shows you read for MK Ultra. Plane flies over, little hamsters parachuted out and just ravage a countryside. The professor of neuroscience at Georgia State University and one of the study's lead authors. So when the monster hamsters break free and wipe out our human civilization, I just said that. It's the first time I'm reading the story, folks.
Look at the caption underneath that.
What
The hell
what
you
the
look
helliot are you looking at?
on a piece of me, punk?
And for anyone watching, look at that is a human thumb, and the hamster is the size of that. The new study published in the journal Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences had innocent enough aims. The researchers wanted to research major neurochemical, I'm reading ahead of what I'm actually reading because these are all big words, signaling pathways to understanding the resulting social changes.
I don't think a psychopathy is a social change.
Man, well,
That's an internal change.
yeah,
If you make psycho hamsters, we're not talking social anymore.
they are. Oh, it froze up. It didn't show up on the screen. People can't see it.
Well, you can go find it,
Yeah, just look up.
but be afraid of all hamsters now. That's the lesson from today's show.
For sure. All right. We're going to have a look at the Facebook. Oh, see if there's any more new requests for readings. Okay. I'm trying to think if I got one more reading to close out on. I don't think I have a lot of conflict in my life. That's one of the things I really don't cruise. Hence, the not
Single
wedding
part.
bells. Yeah. It's not a lot of conflict in my life. It's pretty
You only
peaceful.
have one kid.
Only have
Much
one
less
kid.
conflict.
Kind of renting another, but you know.
Your kid is easy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, try to get him to clean up after himself. You figure that one out.
You just have to learn to live messy.
That's what I've done.
Problem solved.
I stood before the choice. I could marry someone to clean up after him,
Or
marry
deal with
him
his
off,
mess.
or deal with his mess. I'm still considering the marrying him off part. I just don't know how to do. Ooh, here's a question. All right, here's a big one.
Okay.
Is my boy gonna have a positive outcome with this young lady he is pursuing?
Alex didn't even tell me he was pursuing a young lady.
He has been for like a year now.
Is his aunt going to strangle him for not telling him?
And then I've got a follow up to that. So can I ask him in the same one? Or should I maybe figure out how to go through with some of the thoughts I have going on in my head about who he should pursue?
You have someone in mind?
Kinda. I just don't know how to do that stuff. I've never done that. Oh, yeah, look, there's my card.
How does he have a hard time like talking and communicating with her, telling
She
her
doesn't
they don't?
she doesn't respond back.
Oh.
He's a pretty open kid.
So she's not responding back. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to work out.
Okay. Okay. Now, if should I maybe look into this other thought I've had?
Of you playing matchmaker.
I know.
Don't pull any cards. I already know it's a bad idea. No. The guy who's chosen to be single forever is not a matchmaker.
Uh-oh, she's going deeper. Oh,
Well, I just feel like at first he's not going to be open to this.
it's not going to open to me.
Yes, but it like your idea who you think is a good match for him. It is a good match.
Really? Look at me. I don't mean to.
It's your next side hustle.
I don't mean.
Matchmaker.
I don't need to throw a flex out at people, but you know, got this one down.
We could sign you up as your first
Dude,
client.
I am a minister.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Come before me, my children.
Okay, so one last question.
Yes, Kendra. Oh, Kendra.
But
Okay.
why doesn't Elizabeth and her dad's mother seem to get along?
I don't think it along.
When you
Elizabeth?
pull cards for other people, and if you get a really bad one, do you call them immediately?
Oh, you know, I usually do. I usually send him a text, and I don't say, "Hey, I pull cards and I see this," but I'm like, "How you doing? Everything okay? We'll just, be safe, whatever."
Because that would be funny. Stop!
Whatever you're doing, don't do
he's
it.
on the throne during his morning ablutions, and what do I do now? Just thinking. Maybe it was a little too far outside the box.
Okay. Why Elizabeth does not get along?
Yes, with her dad's mother. I don't know who
Why doesn't
Elizabeth. I don't
and
know
her
the
dad's mother seem to get
situation.
along?
If it is what I'm thinking, yeah, that's a complicated one.
Maybe because they're exactly alike.
Yeah,
That's a weird card.
yeah, that's like worshiping Mother Earth, Gaia, or something. That's what it makes me think of.
Well, does she communicate with Elizabeth like not in a good way? Like she's not communicating properly with Elizabeth.
So the mother is not communicating properly with Elizabeth. I wonder if is there a way that Kendra could rectify that, or should she just let it play out?
Well, I feel like if Kendra's comfortable talking with her, that she should talk with her.
Okay.
I mean, what is it, Kendra? What is do they not communicate well? I mean, is she mean to her? Like,
Big questions.
yeah.
Big ones. All right. But
Isn't it right? Elizabeth doesn't need to be treated like Does she like talk to her like she's a baby?
Oh.
She is always mean to her.
Oh, the mom is mean to the granddaughter? Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's rough. If the mom's mean to the granddaughter, mom's a butthole.
Yeah, that's not nice.
Or grandma. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, grandma.
Yeah. That's a tough one. Laura says, yes, Jared, get Alex happy in love. So I think I'm going to have to figure out how to do this. I think I may have to enlist the services. I have sisters and sister-in-laws, and I may just draw them in and get them.
Invite her
Oh yeah,
over.
like you're stupid. Yeah.
Yeah. I think because of who's oh,
Well, the star card is like mental, like her mind. Elizabeth has, like you said, a very grown-up mind and way of thinking. So, yeah, she needs to talk with her differently if she wants to get along.
should Kendra talk to grandma about this? Should Kendra?
Let's see how
Approach
the
it.
outcome.
Yeah, let's focus
Is there a
in.
good outcome for that?
Amber, you
Will
missed
she
out
be
on the early
receptive?
talk. And Amber, do you have any questions, Amber, before we close this out?
And we know all about you already. So what she told
Yes.
us was no surprise. No.
I know. When you watch this back, you know.
Now she's going to.
She's going to watch it back. Now, how Amber will be watching this, I imagine it'll be a kimchi squat, phone down kind of on the floor.
Yes.
That's how she will watch this. Okay.
Wow. I feel like you should talk to her because it looks like she will try harder with Elizabeth with the communication.
Oh, Kendra has to. Is there?
She was working.
Kendra
Oh, you
has.
have.
Well, don't stop. Don't give up
Yeah.
on it. You got it. This is for Elizabeth. Amber, do you want a question asked for the cards?
She's getting into position. No. She was in that position when I stopped by yesterday.
I've seen Amber upright like twice in my life. There'll be seats around, and Amber's like, whoop.
Yes.
All right. While we wait for Amber to type up a question, you can even call with a question, Amber. You have the number. If you have a question you want to ask Moon before we close it out. Show's almost at a close. We've kept her here an hour and a half. Ooh. What is the future looking like?
Her future?
Her future? Yeah, let's
Is it
boil
like
it on
in
her.
a
Let's not.
specific area?
Yeah, we don't want to do the U.S. future. We already know. Radio wasteland. Calling to you from the nuclear wasteland.
It's comfortable.
The position is
furnaces.
not comfortable. I have in fact tried.
Just because the rest of us can't get into
The
it.
legs go numb. The toes start to burn.
What's the future? What's Amber's future look like?
I'm putting a time frame on it too. The next
Yeah,
6 months.
yeah. How's her next 6
How's
months
the
look?
next-
Ooh,
6 months.
I need to know
Yeah.
what my next 6 months looks like
Really?
too.
Should I ask mine? Do I want to know?
We know what yours looks like. Work. Work.
Amber got the fool.
Yeah, something new's coming for you, something unexpected, but it looks good. There's a lot of positive family celebrations, possibly weddings coming up. Oh, is
Yeah.
that like expansion, like the
I think-
child?
I think-
Oh, the fool's a child too.
I think, your grandbaby's going to be a fool.
He is not.
You know, I'll still love him. Might even love him more.
Looks good, Amber.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
All
it
right.
looks good.
All right, dweeb. That's outstanding.
Okay, so mine. 6
Okay.
months.
6 months. Oh, this is the nervous one.
Yeah.
I don't know. Your questions has all been heavy. Yeah, Amber's got a baby coming. Well, not Amber's baby, but
It is Amber's
it's
baby.
my baby.
Jared wants to think it's his baby. He's going to make every effort to make it his baby.
It won't be too hard. I'm cooler than all the other.
It's true.
Oh, let's see. Oh. Right, Betsy, you're a lion dentist.
Okay, so I mean, it looks like there's going to be, like I told you, to take control of something. This is coming up soon, though, a different path. You taking control. Things are changing in a good way. So what is this? Like more focus on you?
Absolutely. Yes.
So, what, any focus on her would be more focus
Well,
on her?
I am stuck in my head. And that's the path that I'm trying to see because my brain tells me that that's where I need to be to resolve this issue, is I need to think my way out of it. So changing path means that instead of thinking my way out of it, I need to set clear boundaries and act my way out of it, is what I kind of took from it.
Yeah, is from this person here, boundaries?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Oy, oy,
Control
oy.
of it.
That's
It is good. Wheel of Fortune's good. The next 6 months, there should be more ups than downs for you.
Excellent. I'll take it.
I love Wheel of Fortune too.
Even
That's
Awesome.
fantastic. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Yes,
Moon,
thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Yes,
this
thank
this
you.
has been super fun.
don't
fun.
forget, call her number.
Yes, give the number out one last time. Give out the address. Anything you want for them to get a hold of you.
Okay, my studio is located inside of the Tooele Marketplace at 140 East, 200 South in Tooele. And my phone number, if you want to text me for a reading, it's 801-388-7764.
And that's if you want to get a reading done, take a class, build a spell jar, all around, just kind of, do little steps to take control of your own path.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yep. All right.
Awesome. Thanks for joining, everyone.
Yes, thank you. And we
Thank you.
will see you next week.